Are you a direct sales professional? Do you ever have to do cold calls? If so, would you love to be able to do so much more effectively and watch your sales increase? My friend, it's time for your mentoring appointment. Come on in. Hello, my friend, and welcome to today's mentoring appointment. So you have to do cold calling and you want to know how to better do it. Let's be honest. The best thing to do with regards to cold calling is not to do it. The best thing to do is actually to get warm leads and to do warm calling. However, if you have to do cold calling, try the following. First of all, let's talk about what not to do. And of course, you've experienced it. You've picked up the phone when you've seen a random number just because you were curious to see who the heck it was, only to hear someone totally jump into some sales pitch. And of course, you were too polite to simply hang up on the person. And so you were just going, and in the entire time, you were thinking, okay, would you stop talking so I can get you off the phone? My friend, take it from me. Take it from someone who's made that mistake way too many times. Don't do that. The very first thing you want to do if you actually are cold calling is to establish yourself as a friend. Whenever possible, make sure you have a similar area code as that person so that they see the phone call coming in as a local call. Now let's say you were calling someone named Jim Brown. The thing not to do would be when they pick up to say, "Hi, is Jim Brown there?" Because that doesn't sound friendly. The thing that you want to establish is, again, that you're their friend and that you're there to serve that person. And so, if you were calling Jim Brown, you would wait for them to say hello, and you would say, "Hi, Jim? Yeah? Hey, how's it going?" At this point in time, what you want them thinking is that they simply don't have your number stored on their phone, and that maybe they should. It's fascinating because when you start off like this, usually people are going to be quite friendly. This gets them out of what we call being sold to mode and simply in friend mode. My friend, you've heard that the friend zone isn't a place where you want to be. Well, in sales, you absolutely want to be in the friend zone, especially when it comes to cold calls. And so, try the following. "Hello? Hi, Jim? Hey, how's it going? Hey, this is Eric calling you back from Feel Well, Live Well. I was just calling to let you know that you were actually one of the winners from the expo that took place a couple of weeks ago. And so I was just giving you a call to say congratulations and to set up a time." Now, did you hear what I did with that? I led by simply saying, "Hey, how's it going?" I then put the ball in that person's court. The next step that you want to do is to actually put the ball in that person's court. Meaning, yeah, you would state who you are and what you're doing, and you'd follow up with, "What can I do for you?" This is a tool taught by Danny Johnson, who became a multi-millionaire doing cold calling simply with network marketing. So again, you start by picking up the phone, you dial Jim, and when Jim picks up, you say, "Hey, Jim? Yeah? Hey, how's it going?" "Good. Who's this?" "Hey, this is Eric calling you back from so-and-so life insurance. You recently requested some information regarding life insurance policies, and so what can I do for you?" Notice that I put the ball again into his court. Notice I didn't just jump into a long spiel about life insurance and why he should purchase from me. If he's like anyone else, he's probably already had quite a few people calling him. I remember when my family and I were looking into getting some upgraded health insurance, the person that I was most impressed with did exactly that. He simply called and he said, "Hey, Eric, I understand that you've been recently looking into health insurance, and so just wanted to see what I can do for you." I then began to express the thing that will lead you most likely to receiving a sale, which is establishing the person's need or strong desire. Opening it up and putting the ball in their court will allow them to express exactly what they're hoping you can do for them. Again, if you just jump into a sales pitch, you're not only going to lose rapport, but you're going to lose that sale. Unfortunately, most people do what we call in the sales industry the show up, throw up routine, which means the moment you get someone on the phone or answering the door, you begin to barf all these facts and data and features on the product or service that you offer. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that the more features about the product or service that they say, that something will click in that person's mind and they'll suddenly want to purchase it. My friend, take it from a sales pro. That doesn't work. So again, number one, have, whenever possible, the area code of the people that you are cold calling. Number two, establish yourself as a friend. Say, hi, the person's first name. When they say yes, say, hey, how's it going? When they respond, say, hey, this is your name, calling you back from whatever organization it is. You recently requested some information regarding whatever, and so what can I do for you? The reason why generally you have that phone number is because, at least to some degree, they have requested some sort of information. Thankfully, most truly cold calls aren't actually truly cold calls. Usually they have at least put their number in a website for some reason because they wanted to receive some sort of information. And that's where you come in. You then again put the ball into their court by saying, what can I do for you? If they then proceed by saying, oh, nothing, I've got it covered. My friend, are you going to continue to try to make that sale? No. If they no longer need what you're offering, no, of course not. You would massively break rapport in that case. Simply say, okay, fantastic. Is there anything else that you're needing at this time? If they say no, say, great, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Or you could say, great. Well, do you happen to know of anyone that may need some more information regarding this topic? Ask them for referrals. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Or they may actually say, you know what? I got this, and so I'm covered in that area, but I do have a question for you. I'm thinking about getting this. Is that something that you could help me with? And if you can, of course, you'll say, well, absolutely. Tell me a little bit more about what you're specifically looking for. That way I can get you the most pertinent information. My friend, find a strong need. Find the desires that they actually have. Ask them questions to find out exactly what it is that your potential customer is wanting. And once you have all the facts from them, from there ask them, great, may I share a possible solution with you? If they say yes, you're golden. In that case, you have the green light to then make them an offer with what you are offering. Imagine that. My friend, use these tools. Watch your sales go up. Great job in today's mentoring appointment, my friend. How'd it go for you? Are you going to actually put these into practice? I know you will. My friend, make sure to comment below, give us a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to our channel. And as always, if you really want to take your life to the next level, join us at one of our live events. Go to feelwelllivewell.com, click on live events, and get yourself signed up for the next one that is going to happen. You do not want to miss it, my friend. We'll see you there.